Hi guys, it's Ginger. I am here with my December favorites. It's a little late. Sort of. I mean, this is the first full week of January. Yeah, this is the first full week of January, so I guess it's not that late. Anyway, so let me get started. First, I want to say I won't be doing a 2014 beauty favorites because there hasn't really been anything that's like rocked my world. So I'll just do my regular monthly ones. Also, since you're seeing this today, you'll probably realize that my Why I'm Glad 2014 is Over video is being pushed back to next week. I was sick this past Monday, and I didn't want to pressure myself because I want to make sure that this video is informative and not rushed and I don't forget anything and stuff like that. So I wanted to push it back till next week, and I'll have time to film it this weekend and edit properly and all that kind of fun stuff because there'll be some important information in it. And I think you may not, but anyway, so let's get started with my December 2014 favorites. First of all, I know we're only a couple weeks past Christmas, but one of my favorites so far, let me get the hair out of it, now there's stuff going around in circles, is this wet brush. This was in my stocking, and this was in my stocking on Christmas Day, and I love it because I do have tangly hair, and a comb or a regular brush just wants to rip my hair out. And when I was like, oh, it's a wet brush, my mom was like, oh, is that something, you know, is that something? I was like, yeah, this is supposed to keep from ripping your hair out and be really gentle and keep the tangles out and stuff. Because listen, my hair has been so tangly sometimes that I've literally had to take a pair of scissors and cut the knots out of my hair. It's not cute. So, and it's something that my aunt has had to suffer through. It was something my dad had to suffer through when he A, had hair, and B, it was long back in the day. So, anyway, next. Two of my favorites this month have been the Naked palette and the Naked 3 palette. These are the only two Naked palettes that I have. I don't have the Naked 2. Although I've been wanting to, but I just can't. Another $54 palette. I don't know. Anyway, but I love these two. Let's see if I can do this without blinding you. So see, there's these. You can see this one right here is Well Loved. And my absolute favorites are, of course, Strange, Strange, Limit, and Nooner. Limit and Nooner are the two mattes. And I love Liar as well, and I like Factory and Dark Side for like lining your eyes or doing darkening an outer V or something like that. And then here's the original Naked palette. See, there's that one, and I've hit pan on this one. Is anybody else like that? That's like your most used color. And then my two of my favorites in here are Naked and Buck. As well as I use Smog a lot for smudging on the lash line, as well as Hustle. So, love those. Those are, I mean, just in general, these two are my go-to. If I don't know what else to wear, I'm going to pick one of these. So, alright. I also have a favorite pencil that you would have seen me wearing in a couple of my recent videos. It's the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in Jilted. It's a nice bright fuchsia color. Was nice and festive. Alright, so my last 3 items, actually I have 4 items, but these next 3 were kind of in combination. Now, you know that I use, if you've been watching for any length of time, I regularly use the Mario Badescu facial spray, the Rosewater facial spray. After I wash my face, I squirt it on, and you know, it's nice. It has aloe, it calms things down and stuff like that. So, many of you may know that I burned myself. You probably can't even see the mark anymore, but I burned myself when I was eating. I got into a bit of a disagreement with my dinner one night, and the first thing I did was, after I cleaned my face, I put some of this Bactine on. Here it is right here. It's Bactine. This was all I had in terms of antiseptic that I felt like I could put on here. So this is a soothing infection protection, pain relieving cleansing spray, first aid antiseptic and pain reliever. It didn't really relieve my pain, but it says relieves pain on contact, maximum strength antiseptic to kill germs. Maybe it did kill my pain some, because it didn't really hurt too much afterwards. It didn't like throb or anything. Anyway, so I put this on. This is actually the spray. I didn't have the ointment, so I sprayed some of this onto, what is that beeping sound? Anyway, I sprayed some of this onto a paper towel and patted it on the area because I wanted to make sure it was clean. Also, it burned my lips some when it did that too, so I pulled out the Chapstick Hydrolock. That is super, I mean, this stuff, you can still feel it on your lips the next morning, and I would slather this on at night, and it really helped to prevent a whole lot of drying during that. And then also, I didn't skip during that time that I had that burn on my face. I didn't skip my Rosewater, my Mario Badescu Rosewater. In fact, I was like, you know what, it's got aloe in it, and aloe is supposed to be good for burns. So I went ahead and sprayed it on there, and it was awesome. So, you know, as awesome it can be with a facial burn. So, anyway, my last favorite for this month, and I'm going to have to insert, my hair is sticking out, where's it at? My hair is going crazy. My last favorite for the month of December is, the dog isn't mine, but it's my parents' dog. I guess you could consider him kind of a family dog. But he lives over at my parents' house, and they just live right around the corner from me, so I can see him on a regular basis. It's this little dog, and I'll show you some pictures of him across here. His name is TC. He is a stray dog that came up earlier in 2014. He at first was kind of making his rounds to the neighbors, because my parents live on a dead end, and so he was making his rounds to the different neighbors, and he's so cute that a lot of different people started feeding him. Well, this dog fell in love with my dad. I mean, this dog loves my dad, and he's so sweet, and we think somebody threw him out in the neighborhood, and luckily he found our end of the street and a lot of nice people, and it was like written in the stars. My dad and TC are like buddies. It's like a bromance, and I'll have to I hate to tell you the explanation of his name, We did not name him. He was named by another neighbor, but it stuck. TC stands for trash can. Because in the beginning, he was tearing into trash cans because he was homeless and hungry. So, it stuck, unfortunately. But he's very sweet. He loves my dad so much. He even stood in the rain on a neighbor's porch one day when my dad was over at the neighbor's house. And Dad kept telling him to go home. But he wouldn't go home till my dad came home. He waited out on that porch in the rain. And, you know, that dog just, he's so cool. It's hard to find a dog that is so smart. And it's unfortunate how his life started out because he was very skittish when he first appeared, and it took us a while to get him to trust us. And because we think that whoever had him before was mean to him and would kick him and stuff like that. So he doesn't bark very often because we think that maybe whoever had him before kicked him when he would bark and things like that. And he's still fearful of strangers. But he's not fearful of people that he knows, but he's still fearful of strangers. You know, I had some of my cousins had come over to my mom and dad's house, and that dog jumped off the side of the porch to get away from these people he didn't know. He's a very sweet dog. It's been a long time since we've had a dog in our lives. It's been a long time. It's been like 20 years since we had a dog in our lives. We had a really awesome, smart dog named Bijou that came up missing. And this dog reminds us a lot of her. Very sweet. He doesn't really do too many bad things. Dad has to get on to him because he chases the cat. He knows he's not supposed to chase the cat, because he'll wait until Dad's not around and then he'll chase after the cat or bark at the cat. Like, that's the only time he'll bark. If the cat's around, or the neighbor's dog, who is a lot bigger than him but is a lot younger than him. He's still a puppy. He's not even a year old. Tries to get into TC's bed. He's not having that. And he growls and barks at him. So, and he's kind of a silly dog, a goofy little dog. And so TC is like, when I've had enough of you, grr. So that's the only time that you hear it. I'm glad he found all of us and now has a good life. So rescue dogs are awesome. But the thing about it is that in a way I don't even feel like we rescued him. He picked us. So that is everything for my December favorites. And don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.